Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our next class, and the topic for the today's class is combination of the resistors. Yeah? So in the previous lecture, we already studied about the resistance and the resistivity. So resistance, basically, if we talk about the resistance, so what is the resistance? Resistance is basically the ratio of the potential to the current. Then, and when we talk about the resistivity, resistor on what factors? On the factors on which resistance of any material or any of the conductor depends. Those factors in the combined form will give us the resistivity of the specific material or the conductor. Well, now we'll talk about if both phenomena are similar. So, what is the difference between resistance and the resistivity? So, in the very first topic of our today's class, we will discuss what is the difference between resistance and the resistivity. So, there is a one major difference between the resistance and the resistivity of the material is that resistance. What is resistance? Resistance opposes the flow of free electrons, due to which electricity or the current will flow. Then flow of free electrons is responsible for the flow of current in any of the electrical circuit. Resistivity is the property of that material. On what material? In which current is flowing. So resistivity is the property of that material which defines the resistance of the material. That means resistivity is the property of the material. It is the particular value or is the significant value of any of the material through which we will differentiate between the resistance of any of the two different materials. That means resistivity is the property of the material which defines the resistance of the material having a specific dimension. What is the meaning of the specific dimension? When we talk about the resistivity, we are having the SI unit of the resistivity is ohm meter. So through which dimension we are calculating the resistance of the material? Through the length of the material. Now here we are having comparison table between the resistance and the resistivity. So very first we are having resistance of the conductor is the obstruction offered by the conductor in the flow of current through it. It is measured the potential difference needed across the conductor to flow 1 ampere current through it. Resistivity is the property of the conductor due to which it offers the resistance to flow of the current through it. It measured by the resistance offered by 1 meter length of the wire of the material of cross section area 1 meter square. Then according to the definition, you already know about the definition of the resistivity or the formula of the resistivity. In the previous lecture we already talked about basically the resistivity. Resistance of the conductor depends on the material, temperature, length, area, cross section, whereas resistivity of the material depends only on its material and the temperature, where SI unit of resistance is the ohm and SI unit of resistivity is the ohm meter. So basically, if we generally or simplify in the simplified form, we define what is the difference between resistance and the resistivity. Resistance is opposes the flow of free electrons. Resistance opposes the flow of free electron, where resistivity is a property of that material, which defines the resistance of the material having a specific dimension. Then we are having, I hope we are having one table in our NCERT book in which we are having the resistivity of the different materials. So all of you just go through that table. Then you can identify and you can understand what is the difference between the resistivity of the metals, alloys and the insulators. Got it? Done. Now we'll start our today's topic, that is where we are having one component, that is the resistor, through which we measure the resistance of the any of the conductor or any of the material. Then so if we are having many of the resistors, many of the resistors in our electrical circuit, then how will we connect more than how we will connect the resistance, many more resistors in our electrical circuits. So here we are having two types of combination we are having here. One is the series combination and other one is the parallel combination. Then, so very first we will talk about when we are having more than two resistors or the two resistors in our electrical circuit, then how we will arrange those resistors in the series combination. Then, so very first we will talk about the series combination of the resistors. So before starting the mathematical expression of the series combination of the resistor, we are having some important points related to the series combination of the resistor, in which very first we are having when two or more resistors are connected in series, then very first point is that current through the circuit remains same. Whenever we connect more than two resistors in the electrical circuit, then current through the circuit remains same. That means the value of the current will not change. If it is 5 ampere, so through all the resistors it will remain same. That means it will be 5 ampere. Now the potential difference become the sum of the individual differences across the each resistor. Now, this the potential difference. How will we define potential? How will we symbolize by potential difference? It is defined symbolized by the V. Now, if we are giving the potential of the 10 volt, then this 10 volt will be individually distributed among the resistors, number of resistors that we included in our electrical circuit. After that, equivalent resistance of the circuit is the sum of individual resistance. That means if we want to calculate the total resistance of the whole electrical circuit, so that equivalent resistance will be the sum of all individual resistances, that is the vector sum, simple addition of the all resistances. Now we will see the circuit diagram. What we are having here the symbol of the resistor. We will already talked about the symbols of the electrical component in our second lecture. So in that particular lecture we are having the symbol of the resistor. So this will be the symbol of the resistor, this will be the symbol of the battery or the cell what we are using. This is the plug key that to open and close the circuit. This is the symbol of the ampere ammeter, sorry, to calculate the amount of the current through the electrical circuit. This is the symbol of the voltmeter. That basically here we are writing that particular value through the value of the potential difference across the each resistor. So we will be define the individual potential differences across the each resistor. That so now the question is that how we have to know that current will remain through the circuit, current will remain same through the circuit and potential difference will be divided among the resistors. So for this we are having one experiment. By the experiment we calculated the value of the current and the voltage. Through the activity what we have to do in an activity, we are having firstly we will connect this ampere, this ammeter to the whole circuit. So when we just open the circuit, basically so when we basically flow, when any of the amount of the current flow through the circuit, through the electrical circuit, to flow the electric current through the electrical circuit, we are having here the key, and we are having the two conditions to flow the electrical current in the circuit. There are the two situations when we open the circuit and when we close the circuit. So when we open the circuit, so circuit will be incompleted. That means in the condition of the open key, current will not flow in the electrical circuit. And when we close the key, so part of the circuit will be completed and amount of the current flow through the circuit. So when we close the key, when we close the plug key, then amount of the current flow through the circuit. And when we calculate the amount of the current through the circuit, so here we calculated the amount of the current flowing through the circuit with the help of the ammeter. And when we calculated the amount of the current, suppose this is 5 ampere. Done. Now what we have to do, this is our one step, then we open the key. Then next, in the next condition, what we have to do, this ammeter will be connected in between the resistors R1 and R2. Resistors R1 and R2. Now when we close the circuit, then amount of the current flow through the electrical circuit. And when we calculated the amount of the current here at the point between R1 and R2. So when we observe the value of the current, that will also the same, that will be equal to the 5 ampere as we calculated before. This is the second step. After that we open the circuit. Then in the third step we connect this ammeter between R2 and R3. Again we close the circuit, the amount of the current flow through the circuit. And when the amount of the current, when we calculated the amount of the current through the ammeter in between, that is connected in between R2 and R3, in that particular condition the amount of the current is same as it before, that is 5 ampere. Done. So from this observation what we concluded? We concluded that in the whole of the electrical circuit we are having the amount of the current will remain same through all of the resistors. That means the amount of the current will not change. Now, this is the observation of the current, and we already talked about this point in our previous point, that is the current through the circuit remains same. Right? I hope you will get that point. After that we do the observation for the potential. So to calculate the potential or the potential difference, we connected voltmeter. In the very first condition, what we have to do, we connected voltmeter through the resistors R1 like this. So as we know that ammeter is always connected in series through the electrical circuit, and voltmeter to calculate the potential is always connected parallel with the circuit. So if we are calculating the potential across R1, so we will connect voltmeter in the parallel combination, in the parallel to through the R1. So when we observe the value of the potential here, so this will having some value of the V1. Now again in the second step what we have to do, this voltmeter now connected through the R2. Now again we close the circuit, current will flow. Now we will calculate the value of the potential across R2. So this will gives us the some value of the V2. In the third step, what will we do? We will open the circuit. That means current will not flow. Again, we will connect this voltmeter through the R3 resistor R3. Then again we close the circuit. Then current amount of the current will flow, and that will some amount that will gives us the potential difference through the potential through the R3. So we will calculate that value as the V3. Now when we see that the total, now in the next step, so we are having value of the V1 through R1, V2 through R2, potential through R3 will be equals to the V3. Now what we have to do in the next step, now we will connect the voltmeter through all the resistors in the parallel combination. That means we will connect voltmeter over here. Done. And one point of the voltmeter will be connected to this point, that means this point, and one point of the voltmeter will connect it through the R3 point. In between we are not having any of the voltmeter. So when we close the circuit and calculated the potential, that will give us the potential through R1, R2 and R3 in the combined form. And when we calculated that value is the sum of V1, V2 and V3. That means if we are having the potential of the 12 volt, so that 12 volt will be distributed among R1, R2 and R3. Then when we added these three value, then again we will get the value of the 12 volt. I hope you will be understanding what is the concept. Rest of the phenomena will understand by the some numerical problem. So we are having here the potential difference becomes the sum of the individual potential difference. The potential difference becomes the sum of. Now potential through the all resistors will be equals to the V, capital V, and that will be that capital V. That capital V is represented as the potential through the all resistors. That will be equals to the sum of the potential difference through the sum of the potential difference through the all three resistors, that is V will be equals to the V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now we understand the two phenomena. You have to remember 2 points during the series combination of the resistors. Number one, current will remain same through the if each resistor and potential difference will be distributed among the each resistors. That means through the each resistors potential difference will be different. Potential difference will be different through the each resistor. Second, current will remain same through the each resistor. Now we will see our mathematical formulation. So by the Ohm's law, as we know that we are having the relationship between current, resistance and the potential difference, that is V equals to the IR. So we will calculate the value of the potential through very first resistor. So through the very first resistor we are having here, through the very first resistor we are having the value of the first resistor is R1 and the value of the potential through the very first resistor is V1. So and the value of the current remains same, so that will be only symbolized by the I, not by the I1, I2, I3, because I1 equals to I2 equals to I3 and we can write down it is equal to the I only. So through the very first resistor we are having the value of the potential difference is defined by the one term, that is V1 equals to IR1. To the second resistors again we will apply the Ohm's law, that is equals to the V2 equals to the IR2, and again we will apply Ohm's law for the third resistor, that will be equals to the V3 equals to the IR3. Now by the law of the series combination, as we know that when resistors are connected in series, potential difference get added. That means total potential difference to the all resistors will be the sum of the potential through the each resistor. That means V is the potential equivalent potential difference. Equivalent, we can say that total potential difference of the electrical circuit, and that total potential difference of electrical circuit, total electrical circuit of whole electrical circuit will be equals to the potential difference across first resistor plus second resistor plus third resistor. That means V will be equals to the V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now we will assume that if only one resistor is connected in the above electrical circuit. Now if we are not having all three resistor and we are having only one resistor, that is having resistance R. So amount of current flowing through the electrical circuit will be equal to the I, and the potential through that particular resistor will be defined by the total potential, or we can say that the V. So if we apply Ohm's law for that condition, so V will be equals to the IR1, that is the equivalent value of the electrical circuit when we are not having the three resistors and we are having only one resistors in the electrical circuit. So by the first, second and third equation, when we place the value of all the equations in the last, that is, so we can have we will place all the values in equation number 2. So we can have V will be equals to the V1 plus V2 plus V3. So we will place all the values from equation 1 and 3 here. So equation 1, from equation 3 we will have the value of the V will be equals to the I into R. And from equation 1 we are having the values I R1 in place of V1, I R2 in place of V2, I R3 in place of V3. So when we add these two equations, I will be common from the left hand side and the right hand side. So I will be cancelled from the both sides, and we will only have the value of the R equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. That is the third that is the third point of our conclusion, or our the series combination, that is the equivalent resistance of the circuit. That is, the equivalent resistance of the circuit is the sum of the individual resistance. So when we talk about what is the total equivalent resistance of the circuit, so that will be equals to the, for the series combination, that will be equals to the R1 plus R2 plus R3, R1 plus R2 plus R3. That is the simple vector sum of the all resistances. I hope that particular mathematical expression of the series combination will be clear to you. Now what is the condition if we are having in practical conditions? How will we connect the resistors in the series combination is the end to end connection of the resistors. That means if we are having the two ends of the resistors and we are having the another two ends of the next resistor, so one end of the resistor will be connected to the one end of the resistors. That means end to end connection is defined as the series combination. Done. Now, in the next expression, we are having the parallel combination. That means in the parallel combination, in between the 2 points, we will connect all the resistors. The number, whatever number of resistors we are having, that will be connected. That will be connected between the 2 points only. That means this is the parallel combination. So this is the one end of the resistor R1 and another end of the resistor R2. This is the one end of the resistor R2, another end of the resistor R2, one end of the resistor R3, one end of the resistor R3. That means if all three one ends will be connected to the one point, all three ends will be connected to the another point, and through which we will connect the rest of the electrical circuit, in which we are having the battery, the key, the ammeter and the voltmeter. Done. That is the parallel combination. So all three resistors are connected between the 2 points. That is, this is the 1 point and this is the 2 point. That is the parallel combination of the resistors. Now we are having again, by the experimental views, by the practically, we concluded some points related to the parallel combination of the resistors. So very first point is that current through the circuit is the sum of the current through each branch of the circuit. That means here, if amount of the current is flowing through the I, that is the amount of the current flowing through the electrical circuit, that is the total current, electric current flowing through the electrical circuit. So this current will be flow from this point to this point, but at this point this current will be distributed. That means through one branch we are having the amount of I1, this branch we are having the amount I2, this branch through this branch we are having the amount of the I3. But when the amount of the current I1, I2, I3 through the each branch and this point, at the next point, this I1, I2, I3 will again combine to form I, and again we are having the value of the I. That means only in this particular area of the electrical circuit, in which we are having the parallel combination of the resistor, in that particular area, the current will distributed among the each branch of the electrical circuit, and again at the point where we again join the all the points of the resistor, at this point current will again combine and it will form again I, that will be equals to the sum of I1, I2 and I3. I hope this will be clear to you. Then the second point is that the potential difference across the 2 points of the circuit remains same. Now all the resistors are connected between the 2 points. So as we know that the voltmeter, I already mentioned that in the previous expression, I already mentioned that voltmeter is always connected in the parallel combination. So the voltage through each of the resistor will remain same here. Then that means this voltage, total voltage, this is the total voltage or the total potential difference of the electrical circuit. So if this is the value having 12 volt, suppose the 10 volt this having the value, so this 10 volt will be not distributed among I1, R1, R2, R3 individually. So R1, so the R1 we are having the value of 10 volt, R2 we are having the value of the 10 volt, R3 we are having the value of the 10 volt. So this value of the potential will not distributed equally, this will distributed among all the resistors. This will remain same through the all resistors. Through R1 this will be 10, R2 suppose we are taking the example, R2 this will be 10, R3 this will be the 10. So the second point is that current potential across the 2 points of the circuit remains same. Now we are having the third point of the basically the conclusion that will we will after the mathematical expression we will discuss that particular point. Now we will talk about the expression of the parallel combination of the electrical circuit. So for the parallel combination here, what we are having, again we will use the Ohm's law, because Ohm's law will give us the, I hope you are understanding what is the electrical circuit. In the electrical circuit, we are having R1, R2, R3 as the three resistors we are using here, and through each resistor, this will be the amount of the current I1, I2, I3. Then, and the total amount of the current flowing through the electrical circuit will be equals to the I. Then this is the battery through the electrical circuit. This is our key, this is our ammeter to calculate the amount of the current flowing through the circuit, and this is the our voltmeter to calculate the potential difference across the electrical circuit. Then now in this particular electrical circuit, to calculate the value of the parallel combination, what is the equivalent? Now if we calculate the equivalent resistance of the whole electrical circuit, we are not talking about the every of the resistor. Now what we are saying that, what is the, if you are asking that what is the equivalent resistance of the circuit, equivalent resistance of the circuit through the parallel combination, then how will you calculate the equivalent resistance of the whole electrical circuit? Then to calculate that value, we are already having the Ohm's law that will gives us the relation between these three quantities. So by the Ohm's law, as we know that we are having V equals to I into R. So we will split this formula. So we will just arrange this formula into the form of I. I is the ratio of the V upon R. So we will apply the value of the I. So we'll apply this formula I equals to V upon R for the first resistor. So for the first resistor, amount of the current flowing through the first resistor is I1, and the value of the resistance through the first resistor is R1. Then but the potential is same through the all resistors, that will having the value of the V. So we can have the value of the I1 here from the Ohm's law, that will be I1 for the first resistor, this will be amount of the current flowing through the first resistor is I1 equals to V is same for the all resistor, that will be as the same remains same, that is the V upon R1. Then again we will move to the second resistor. This is the having value R2, and current flowing through this value will be equals to the I2. So again we will apply the formula for the second resistor, and we will have the value I2 equals to V upon R2. Then we will remain same for the all resistors. Then we will move to the third resistor, that will be having the value amount of the current flowing the third resistor will be equals to the I3, and the value of the resistor is R3. Then so I3 equals to the V upon R3. Then this is the value of the current. Now as we know that when resistors are connected in parallel, so current is splitted through individually through the each resistor, and the current is the sum of the current through each resistor is the sum of the total current flowing through the circuit. So what is the amount of the total current flowing through the circuit? That is the I, and current through the each resistor will be equals to the I1, I2, I3. So when we have to know what is the value of the total I, and we are not having the value of the total I, we are only having the value of the I1, I2, I3. So this the sum of the I1, I2, I3 will gives us the total amount of the current flowing through the circuit. So here we are having I will be equals to the I1 plus I2 plus I3. Then now if only one resistor, now we will having not all these three resistors, we are having only one resistors in our electrical circuit, one in only one electrical resistor in our electrical circuit. So amount of the current flowing through that particular one resistor will be equals to the I, and the value of the resistor will be suppose R, and the value of the potential will remain same, as we know that that will be equals to the V. So then we calculate the amount of the current through that particular individual one resistor which are having the value of the R. So I will be equals to the V upon R. Right? So we will place all the values. We will place the value of the equation 1 and equation 3 in equation number 2. So I will be equals to the I can be written as V upon R. And then I1 can be written as V upon R1, I2 V upon R2, I3 V upon R3. So we'll place all the values in the equation number 2. So when we place all the values in equation number 2, then we are having V will be common from the left hand side and the right hand side. So we will be cancelled from the left hand side and the right hand side. So rest of the things what we are having, 1 upon R equals to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So 1 upon R, that value will gives us the equivalent resistance of the elect parallel combination. So now we'll talk about the third conclusion of our parallel combination, the reciprocal of equivalent resistance. The reciprocal of equivalent resistance of the circuit is the sum of the reciprocal of the individual resistance. That means the reciprocal of the individual resistances, the sum of the reciprocal of the individual resistances will be equals to the reciprocal of the equivalent resistance to the parallel combination of the parallel resistors. So these are the two, basically these are the two mathematical expression which are very important for our numerical part also, and sometimes we are having mathematical expression of these two expressions also, but 90% we are having numerical related to this chapter, these particular two topics. Now we will see one example related to the parallel and the series combination. We are having number of examples related to the series and parallel combination. We are having many more examples in your NCERT books. So you, after solving this numerical, you just go through the NCERT book for the more practicing related to the series and the parallel combination of the registers. Now, so what question we are having here? Determine the following quantities for the each of the two circuits that is given below and the equivalent resistance. Then, so what question we are having? We are having here the two circuits. So we have what we have to calculate through the two circuits. Very first we have to calculate the equivalent resistance. Second we have to calculate the current through each resistor. Third we have to calculate the voltage drop, that means the value of the potential difference across the each resistor. Sometimes we have to say that the potential difference equals to the voltage drop across the resistor. That will be the similar value as we are having the potential difference. So very first we will talk about the very first diagram, that is the diagram A. In the diagram what we are having the combination of the three resistors. So this is the end-to-end connection of the resistors, end-to-end connection of the registers. So when we are having end-to-end connection of the registers, so this defines a series combination of the registers, and we are having the value battery of the cell of 125 volt. So what we have to calculate? Very first we have to calculate the equivalent resistance of the electrical circuit. So very first, how will we calculate the equivalent resistance of the electrical circuit? So by the formula we concluded that if we are having the series combination of the resistors, so the equivalent resistance will be the sum of the all resistances of the electrical circuit. Done. So here we are having total resistance of the electrical circuit will be equals to the R1 plus R2 plus R3. That will be equals to the whatever value you are having for the R1, R2, R3. You will be directly added to that value, and you will get the total resistance of the total resistance or equivalent resistance. Both are the same of the electrical circuit. That will be equals to the 100 ohm. After that, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the current through each resistor. Current through each resistor. How will we calculate the current through each resistor? So total current. So total current. How will we calculate the total current? Total current is determine the voltage. Total voltage, whatever value of the total voltage we are having here, that is in that particular circuit, what is the value of the total voltage? That is the 125 volt. And what is the equivalent resistance of the circuit? That is equals to the 100 ohm. This is the equivalent resistance of the whole electrical circuit. So if we calculate the total amount of the current, so I will be equals to the total voltage upon total equivalent resistance. So these two values we are already having. So we will calculate the amount of the total current flowing through the electrical circuit will be equals to the 1.25 ampere. That means through this electrical circuit, what amount of the current is flowing? 1.25 ampere of the current is flowing. Then after that, now the third point, current through each resistor. Current through each resistor. Current through each resistor. Current through each resistor. So as by the series combination, as by the rules of the series combination, we know that if we are having the series combination of the resistors, then we are having same current will flow through the each resistor. That means through this 220 ohm resistor we are having 1.25 ampere of the current. Through 30 ohm resistor we are having 1.25 ampere of the current. Through 50 ohm resistor we are having 1.25 ampere of the current. So current will remain same. So current is constant through the each resistor. Now we'll talk about the next diagram that will be equals to the this is our second diagram, and we are having one point of this combination. So all the one ends of the all resistor will be connected to the one point of the battery, and all the other end of the resistor will be connected to the other end of the battery or the cell. So this defines the when all the resistors are connected between the 2 points only. So this is defines a parallel combination. And to calculate the equivalent resistance to the parallel combination, we are having the formula of equals to 1 upon R equals to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So if you know the value of the in the previous part of the question, if you know the value of the current and the value of the resistance of the each resistor, then you calculate the potential through the each resistor. V1 equals to IR1, V2 R. I hope you can calculate that particular value. Done. After that we are having the combination of the parallel. That is the second part of the question. 1 upon RT, total equivalent resistance of the parallel combination will be equals to the 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. That will be equals to the, we are already having the value of the all resistors, so we will calculate 1 upon RT will be equals to the 8 ohm upon 10 ohm. And if we calculate the parallel combination, so we are having here, so we will reciprocal the values and cross multiply the values, then we will have the value RT will be equals to the 12.5 ohm. Right? Now the total current will be defined by the total voltage upon the total equivalent resistance of the electrical circuit. So total current will be equals to the I equals to V upon R. So what is the total equivalent resistance of the circuit? 12.5 ohm of the parallel combination. And what is the voltage? 125 volt. So we can calculate the total amount of the current. What amount of the current flowing through the electrical circuit? 10 ampere amount is the total amount of the current flowing through the electrical circuit. So when we know the total amount of the current flowing through the circuit, so we can calculate the individual current flowing through the each of the resistor by the formula, that is I1 equals to the V upon R1, I2 equals to the V upon R2, I3 equals to the V upon R3. So now we are already having the value of the V. V is the same, potential is the same, 125 volt, 125 volt, 125 volt, and through the resistor, first resistor we are having the value of the first resistor, so we can calculate the amount of the current through the first resistor, through the second resistor, through the third resistor. When you add these three values of the current, then you will again get the value of the 10 ampere. That is the verification of the law. I hope this is enough for today. That's all for today.